Today, I'm going over my electronic music New Year's resolutions. Freebeat. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat, where I post new music-related content every single day, so if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Today's patron shoutout goes to Healersaurus. Thank you so much for the support. Let's get started. So it is a brand new year. 2022 is upon us. And, a lot of people like to go over their New Year's resolutions every new year. And I'm not a really big fan of just kind of, in general, New Year's resolutions. I think if you want to make a change, just do it. You don't have to wait for the new year. However, I thought it might be fun to come up with some electronic music New Year's resolutions, which is the reason that I've got this spread of gear here on the table. So I've actually come up with 4 New Year's resolutions for my electronic music and my electronic music gear. 3 of them are embodied here on the table. And I'm going to go over all 4 of those for you right now. As this video is going on, though, I would like you to try and think of, 3 or 4 of your own electronic music New Year's resolutions, or just music in general. Who knows, maybe it will be fun to kind of break down some things you want to do music-wise this year. So I'm going to start with number 4, which, like I said, is actually not present here on the table. And that resolution is that I want to pick up a Synthstrom Deluge. If everything goes well this year, or at least, in the first half or whatever, I think it's a phenomenal looking piece of gear. It seems to have a workflow that really kind of jives with what I'm looking for in a piece of gear. The more I use Ableton, the more I start to understand it, and of course the more I start to enjoy it. I'm still not necessarily a DAW guy, but I think having a basic understanding of Ableton has really pushed me towards the Deluge, because it has a very Ableton-esque workflow. Same with the Akai Force, but already having the MPC-1, I think I want to try something else for a change. Now, I know the Force and the MPC lines are completely different, but a lot of the same stuff still is there, like the hype synth and whatnot, so I think I would just like to try something completely new to me. So yeah, the Synthstrom Deluge is my honorable mention, number 4. All right, so counting down, let's go to number 3. My third electronic music New Year's resolution is to look into more external user-created effects and oscillators on the Korg NTS-1. This was actually my Gear of the Year winner in 2020, and one of the major reasons I gave it that award was because of the fact that you can download user-created oscillators and effects to it to use those. And I think I only downloaded one last year in 2021, which was the amazing Cathedral Reverb, and that might have been in 2020, I'm not sure. So yeah, this resolution is fairly simple. I just want to download some more user-created effects and oscillators this year. You've all been leaving some great suggestions in my videos on the NTS-1, and I can't wait to comb through those and come up with some new content based on those oscillators and effects for you all to enjoy. Now I'm going to pull the camera out a little more, and we're going to move on to what is probably the simplest resolution on this list. This right here is my Behringer Model D, the Minimoog clone, and I simply want to use this more and maybe come up with a setup that allows me to use it more, something where I have sort of an always, ready-to-go setup. I've been talking about that for a while, and I think now that I have this studio space here, it's finally time. This is a very, very powerful synthesizer. Of course, it's a Minimoog. What more can you say? And I really haven't used it at all. I want to learn a lot more about analog synthesis and just synthesis in general, but this is going to be a fantastic teacher. I cannot wait to look up some tutorials and, just expand my knowledge. So yeah, resolution number 2, I want to use my Behringer Model D a whole heck of a lot more. Okay, another honorable mention. I want to get some new lights that don't fall off the desk. Okay, and New Year's resolution number 1 here, as I compile all of my pocket operators together. This is the big one. My all pocket operator album, The Mechanist, is going to release this year. That is my number 1 New Year's resolution, electronic music-wise. I want to release this album to you all this year, preferably around, May or June. For those of you who don't know, I've been working on an all-pocket operator album for almost 2 years now, kind of on and off as inspiration strikes. It's called The Mechanist. It's basically a concept album based around a short story that I've also been working on. Yeah, it's high time that this album comes out and is released to all of you. I've been putting it off and scrapping things and starting over, I don't know, countless times. And it is finally time for this thing to see the light of day. So that is going to be my big project in 2022. Previously, I've had a hard time coming up with what limits I was going to implement for myself on this album. So for instance, at first I said no computers at all except for the final recording process. And then I said, well, you know, what if I just sample all the sounds into Ableton and compose the album that way? But I've settled on some sort of hybrid workflow between the two of those, where I'm actually going to compose on the Pocket Operators and then record Pocket Operator by Pocket Operator, track by track into Ableton, and then, cut and paste if I need to around there, apply effects in Ableton and things like that. And if I do use any third-party plugins, they are all going to be free ones, in keeping with the theme of, the budget Pocket Operators. But yes, that is my huge #1 electronic music New Year's resolution. The Mechanist will come out this year. So there you have it, 4 electronic music New Year's resolutions that I'm going to kind of allow to be the guiding path that I take this year. Obviously, we'll have tons of different content as always. I'm really excited to have the drums in here. We'll do some of that. Other Pocket Operator content, of course. We will be adding a lot of new gear to the Freebeat arsenal this year as well. Hopefully included in that list is the Synthstrom Deluge, of course. That was my honorable mention, #4 resolution. Then I want to get some new effects and oscillators on the Korg NTS-1. I want to use my Behringer Model D a whole lot more. And my #1 resolution, The Mechanist, my all Pocket Operator album, is coming out this year. So let me know your 3 to 4 electronic music resolutions down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, you can always leave a dislike. That's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thank you all so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. I gotta stop leaning into the microphone. What if I move it closer? Maybe? There we go. Maybe? I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. We got a 3-tier shelf. I got to get some lights on that or something. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.